What's going on, guys? Your boy Amazing. We're back with another video, and in today's video, guys, me going over the Nidhoggr demonic beast battle and testing out the brand new Demon King Meliodas, guys. For you guys that don't know, I actually did post on my Twitter about a few days ago now. It was around the end of December, right before the new year, where I was like, yo guys, I actually did clear on my free-to-play account, and if you guys actually want to see the footage of me clearing it, I'll link in the description the timestamp of my live stream where I actually did do the run with my free-to-play account. But in this video, guys, we're gonna be doing it on my main account here with the exact same team comp that we used in that actual live stream. And so this is the setup that we have right here, guys, with the Demon King, the brand new Demon King Meliodas. We do also have the Princess Elizabeth LR, and then we do have Queen Diane. So this is a no Freya comp, guys, and pretty much like no goddesses other than LR Liz herself. This is more of a demon oriented damage team, and I think this is not a bad team actually running for Nidhoggr. If you do not have the other guys' characters and you want to actually clear, this is a fairly good team you guys can give a try. Now, before we actually hop into the video, guys, make sure to subscribe to your boy Amazing. We are on the road to the 50,000 subscribers. If you guys have not hit that subscribe button already, man, what are you guys doing? Definitely make sure to hit that sub button, and let's hop into the video. Let's discuss the gear, and then I'll show you guys the clip where we actually did the run. So right here, guys, this is the setup we're rocking for the equipment and the gear. We are rocking triple defense with Tarmiel Link on the DN. We are running HP defense, LR Elizabeth right there, attack crit damage Demon King Meliodas, and then HP defense Demon King. Now, if you had attack crit damage Demon King, I feel like that would be a little bit better, but in general, though, you don't really need attack crit damage necessarily. I think the Demon King, even without, was still doing like, upwards of the damage cap for a lot of the parts of the fight, and even if he wasn't doing damage cap, he was still hitting very hard. And then for the sub-slot gear, guys, we do also have HP defense across the board, other than the attack defense on the Mile Link for the Demon King Melee, but you could also run attack defense as well on the Sariel Link on the Demon King as well. And then for the card set, guys, we are running the basic stat card set here, which increases the basic stats of all allies by 10%, and then it also gives us immunity to freeze at maximum ultimate move gauge, which is not really going to necessarily matter in Nidhoggr, but the basic stat 10% increase is going to be really nice with this team setup. Alright, guys, so what we're going to do here is I'm actually pull up the clip here where I actually did do the run, and what we're going to do is we're going to go through the fight together, and I'm going to explain to you guys how I went about the fight, and explaining the mechanics and the way Meliodas can actually go about it through using his cancel stance. Alright, guys, so hopping into the floor one here of the Nidhoggr demonic beast battle, again with the exact same setup that we mentioned earlier, guys. We are loading in here, and we're going to be discussing the mechanics while going through the fight and showing you guys what the team is capable of, man. So this team is definitely a very cool team to test out on Nidhoggr. Is it one of the best meta teams to be running? Probably not, but it's definitely a team that you can give a try that I think will do fairly well. And if you have these characters built, I mean, definitely give it a try, because you don't have to run Freya, you don't have to run Mael. So if you didn't want to invest in the goddesses, then I mean, this setup right here is going to be fairly good for a lot of players. So what we're actually doing on this first turn here, guys, is just making sure we waste our cards, but also getting our seeds of the end on the enemy. So if you guys are wondering, the way to actually apply the seeds with melee are to actually do a cards with sins or demon characters on the team. And because we have Queen Diane, we have a sin right there. We do also have a demon with the Demon King as an ally to melee. So because we have those two characters right there, whenever we do double attack with them and then follow up with melee, we actually will be able to stand strip while also getting a energy of darkness on melee. So you guys saw there when we did the triple attack right there with the Diane, Demon King, and then Demon King melee, we actually did get the the energy of darkness, removed all these seeds at the end, and then now on this turn here, we actually do got some ranked up cards. So what we can do here is we can actually use Melee's cards and then stance up right there with Diane and make sure we get the ultimate with LR Liz right there. LR Liz is going to be one of the main staples for this team, guys, because she's giving 30% basic stats. That is definitely very nice. The only thing that kind of sucks about Elizabeth herself, though, is that she's not providing anything really for Melee for his actual passive, right? Because Melee requires a Sin or a Demon character to be on the battlefield, and because we are running Queen or LR Liz here, she doesn't actually act as a Sin or a Demon to buff up the Melee. But the basic stat 30% 100% though is obviously really nice, and because she has buff strip as well for that floor 2 when we get to it, she's going to be a really nice character to actually run on this fight. Now right here I was like, okay, we can actually go for the Liz ult, we can follow up with the Liz attack card right there just to make sure we're full health, and then with Melly here we could just finish off and kill this phase of the fight while moving into the phase 2 of floor 1 right there. Not bad on the first floor though, guys. We actually did fairly well on the first phase, I mean. And yeah, now moving into the second phase here though, remember Meliodas is able to do a stand strip whenever we do 3 seeds at the end. So what that requires us to do is we have to do either 2 attacks with the Demon King or Queen Diane, or if we drop a Melee ultimate, because I'm 3 to 6, actually do apply 2 seeds at the end, and then with another follow-up attack skill, we actually do stand strip. So right here when I do the Demon King ult and then Melee, because Melee applies 2 seeds at the end and Demon King does 1, we actually are going to have 3 and then instantly stand strip the boss right here to lower the amount of damage reduction he has. So this is very, very good that we're able to do that at least early on in this fight. And because we have that utility with Melee, guys, later throughout the fights when we get to the second floor and the third floor, you will see it come into play, and it actually is going to be a very strong you know, way to go about the cancel stance and dealing with Nidhoggr that way, right? Because before, you know, usually when you're running like Freya or Margaret, you would just kind of click a card with them, which makes it a lot more easier with that team. But with this team, it's a little bit more with the strategy, right? Because you have to know when you're actually going to be doing the stance removal before you actually move into the next phase, let's say, right? So right here, as we do the Demon King single target, and I follow up with the Melee right there, it's actually going to remove the next stance right there, and then we actually do finish him off and do the 252k right there while moving into the final phase. So phase 3 right here, guys, we do get that critical defense related lower debuff, but it's not going to be anything too crazy, because look at the card merges we get here, and we also do get the all creation buff on Melee. And so because of that, Melee instantly strips 100% of the boss's gauge on the left. So you guys can see the gauge bar is 100%. So we actually do the Melee attack card right there, which is going to completely remove it. And then because Demon King already has his all stats and all of that built up, he's just going to be able to rip his single target cards and instantly killed the Nidhoggr demonic beast battle on the first floor right there, guys. Very easy stuff right there, man, and that is going to be the floor 1 clear right there. Not bad, and this is what we can definitely expect from Demon King Meliodas right there. Alright, guys, now for the floor 2 here, we actually did put the gameplay on ×2, because floor 2 and floor 3 are going to be a lot longer phases than the floor 1 that we actually did. So I actually did speed up the clip here, guys, and you got an idea of kind of how the team works on that first floor. But now that we're on floor 2, we got to explain the mechanics for floor 2. Now, for you guys that don't know, we have to make sure that we use Elizabeth's buff removal card right as we're about to finish this phase, because if we don't, the boss is going to get a bunch of damage reduction, and we're not going to be able to actually get through this phase of the fight without it. And another thing as well is that we have to build up as much basic stats with Elizabeth as we can without doing her attack card. So we have to get an ultimate with her, right? Because the way Elizabeth works with giving basic stats is we do it by actually healing the allies, and the more we heal the allies, the more we get the basic stats and the recovery rate, which is going to make it a lot better for tanking in general. And so what I did there was I kind of just went through my cards. You know, we did top deck some you know, buff cards right there to actually push up Elizabeth ultimate, and what I'm trying to do on this turn here is get the boss kind of low to where we're able to do the attack the following turn. And as you guys can see here, I actually did go for the double Demon King because I saw that the boss was about to do a stance on the next turn, and I wanted Melee to be able to instantly stand strip. Remember, the way Melee actually does stand strip is by having the 3 seeds at the end, and as you guys can see, the boss actually does have the 3 seeds, and so all we have to really do here is rip a Melee card, and then we can go for the Diane full heal. We actually do the Elizabeth buff removal card, and that's actually going to finish off the fight right there, guys. So we do the Diane ult, we follow up with the Liz, and boom, we get the crit. It heals us up a little bit, and we actually do finish off that first phase. Now, loading into the second phase here, guys, we can actually do stance removals on this phase, but remember, every time we do stance removal, we're actually going to infect the entire team. So we don't want to be doing the stance removal unless we're in a situation where it doesn't really affect us on healing the team. If we're already at a fairly substantial amount of health, then we don't have to risk using a stance removal. But right there, as you guys see, we actually did go for it anyway, since, you know, we didn't really need any healing on the team. And so right there, we do get 3 dark energies, which is really nice. Elizabeth right there can actually push up her ultimate too. I was trying to find like a way I I could get the Elizabeth ultimate off while being able to heal up the team and deal damage. So I decided to go with the Elizabeth ultimate, follow up with the buff card right there, and then with the Melly ultimate and the Diane single target. And that actually does finish it off there, guys, because we removed all the damage reduction stacks. Now moving into the final phase of floor 2 right here, guys. This is where Melly and the Demon King really have to step it up in terms of damage. 80k attack right there from my Demon King Meliodas is absolutely insane on Nidhoggr. The fact he's able to get like that high without a Freya on the team for all stats. We don't have a, another attack related buffer other than Elizabeth's, attack related from the ultimate. And so we're really just relying on Melly's rank, high rank skills and the damage that he's able to do. So right there, guys, we were actually able to put him less than 50% HP. And that is what we want to be doing on this phase. Whenever the Nidhoggr is less than 50% HP on floor 2 phase 3, he actually is going to lower his gauge by 33%. And so pretty much every turn what we're trying to do is we're trying to make sure that we do as many cards with Melly while being able to do a ton of damage and just lowering his HP to less than 50 every single turn to keep him in that threshold. So right there we are getting targeted with Diane. We do get a rank up every single turn pretty much, by the way, because the boss auto applies corrosion on us. Melly's gonna keep cleansing the debuffs, and because we have 4 allies right there, guys, no matter what, we're always going to be getting the the cleanse, right, and the rank up. So Melly, no matter what, if you're running this guy on this fight, he's always going to be ranking up his cards, and so you're always pretty much guaranteed a rank 2 or rank 3 skill, and that is obviously very nice when going throughout the fight. But right here, guys, we do the Diane ultimate and we follow up with the single target Melly to actually finish off there and kill the floor 2 final phase. Now moving into the floor 3 here, guys, this is where it starts to ramp up in difficulty for sure, because this is where we really do need the cancel stands to make this fight work out here. So obviously, as you guys know, on this first floor as well, or this first phase of floor 3, we want to make sure that we have a card that we can get sealed, because remember, when we're on a phase like this stalling, we have to have a setup where we use either a debuff attack skill or a stance card or a buff card with Elizabeth to be able to get that sealed so that we can do the cards that we need to do and then finish off the phase and move on to the next phase. Because what's going to happen is on starting turn 3 and then every 2 turns after that, we're going to need to seal a card. And so right here I'm like, okay, let's just get as much damage as we can, while building up ultimates with Melly and Demon King and all that. And if I'm able to build up an ultimate with each of the characters, we can do triple ultimate, which will do 33% of the gauge each time. And then with a follow-up attack card, we can actually finish off that part of the fight and then just move into the final phase or the second phase right there and then just finish it off. So right there, guys, we do actually seal these stances right there. And I do get ultimate with everybody on the team. We do get, infected right there, but we actually did have the perfect amount of seeds right there to be able to stand strip him while being able to ult with the Demon King and then ult with Diane to full heal, following up with the Elizabeth card there, guys, to move into the second phase right there. Now in the second phase here, we don't instantly just have stance removal, right, unless we're doing triple cards like this with Melly. So right there, I actually don't go for it and actually do go for the attack card with everybody, just so that nobody gets a darkness stack, following up with Elizabeth ultimate heal as well, guys. That is going to help us a little bit. Right here though, he does have cancel stance, so Diane is going to be susceptible to losing her stance a lot easier. But on this phase, because I had so many stance cards in my hand, I could just keep repeating a stance card just to make sure that no one else takes as much damage as we want them to, right? And as you guys saw there, the boss right there is actually setting up his stance. So I had to make sure that I had 3 Seeds of Darkness or 3 Seeds at the end before I'm actually able to attack. So right here, as I attack with Melly, it actually is going to stand strip because we do have the 3 Seeds at the end. It's going to give me the recovery buff. And then we actually do go for the gauge reduction right there with Diane so that we don't get completely screwed over by the Extort ult. So right there, he is following up for damage on our team. And it's actually not going to do enough damage right there. And so right here, I was kind of, contemplating a setup right here where I could go for not necessarily a kill, but be able to remove the ultimate on the boss and still deal a good chunk of damage. So we do that with Melly right there, which is going to actually stand strip, following up with the Demon King ultimate and then the Diane gauge reduction. And then right there, he actually is going to set up his stance. We do have another stance removal though, because he has the 2 seeds at the end. And then with this setup here, guys, we do get the gauge reduction. It does, increase his gauge a a little bit though, because we have the cancel stance all the time. But you know, as you guys can see, it's not that hard to get the cancel stance, because the seeds at the end, as long as it's applied on the enemy, we're able to kind of cycle through the seeds at the end. Because Meliodas does it as he applies the card, guys, it's just a super nice effect right there that we're able to take advantage of. So right here on this turn, I'm like, okay, let's do the Diane ultimate, let's do the ultimate with Liz, let's follow up with the attack card right there, and then we'll do the single target with the Demon King, so that we have prepped a ultimate with Meli to be able to actually stand strip and take him out. Right here though, because we actually had the extort right there, Meli cleansed and got the all creation, which did give us a rank up right there. And because we did have the stance buff right there, guys, to actually strip the gauge, we do the stance card, we do the attack card with the Demon King, we do get countered there. But this following turn here with a rank 3 Demon King, we are actually able to take out this second phase of the fight, and we actually do move into the final phase right here, guys. So right there we do the Demon King rank 3, and then I just start wasting a bunch of cards, man. I was like, okay, we can make sure we get Elizabeth ultimate 2 and just waste that second Demon King card as we finish out the fight, because he was at that 0 gauge. Now for the final phase right here, guys, the only way you really lose this is with bad card RNG with the cleansing or stances with Diane, because this phase really just relies on you dealing damage, and this team is definitely able to deal the damage. You guys can see there that Meli and the Demon King are able to easily do, you know, more than 100% damage on the boss, as long as, remember, you make them 30% less HP on the boss, then you're going to be in a really good spot, because it always shreds the gauge by 25%. So right there, rank 3 single target does 2.9 million with Meli, man. He's just able to do that super consistently, and it's just a very, very strong effect right there. Even though we do get the rank ups right there all the time with Meli, we are going to get deranked a lot, and that is definitely something to think about. But remember, right when the Demon King or the boss is about to do his or not his ultimate, but the stance, we actually are able to have, you know, seeds at the end ready to be able to stance strip him, because he does have reflect on his stance. So we actually have to make sure we prep another stance removal on the next turn. So right here, guys, we actually do go for the Elizabeth buff card, or the heal ultimate right there, and then Meliodas single target. We do the AoE, which is going to get us 1 seed of end. We do another one which gets 2 seeds of the end, and so now Meli auto applies the seeds of the end when he attacks. So when we do this following up attack right here, as we you know, remove the stance, because he's going to have a stance up, we actually are able to strip that and also deal a lot of damage as well. So I was like, okay, let's strip that. Let's actually get the buff card with Elizabeth right there, guys, and boom, right there we're going to completely strip his health, and he's actually going to go all the way to the 0 while losing his gauge right there. And because we have ultimates on everybody here, guys, it's a GG, man. And that's how easy it actually is. Like, this fight becomes a very easy walk in the park on the later part of it. And yeah, I mean, this team is just super strong, man. So there is the Nidhoggr demonic beast battle, guys. I hope you guys do enjoy, man. Let me know what you guys think of the Meliodas team right here, and will you guys be trying it? Let me know in the comment section below how it goes. As long as you follow most of the things I explained in this video, you should do fairly well. You know, Meli covers a lot of the damage himself, so it's mainly just having Diane kind of tank, you know, Elizabeth getting her card RNG with the buff and the heal card, and then for the Demon King to obviously help out Meli with the extra damage there, guys. So I hope you guys do enjoy the video, man. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe as always. If you guys want to see more videos like this, definitely let me know in the comment section below, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next video, man. Peace out, and have a great rest of your day, guys. See you later, man.